Hunt kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tanrı'dan çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone back to another Maestro game production, and welcome back to Turkey. Yes, it's been a while since we've been here in Turkey for an episode. Of course, we have been doing our Europa campaign, and that's taken us to the Czech Republic, then over to France, and before that we was even in Russia as we qualified. So as you can tell from behind, we are of course going to be playing Göztepe here today, but before we do that, we do of course have some games to catch up on, and I have a transfer that I forgot to mention. So without further ado, let's hop into Football Manager 21 and crack on with today's episode. Okay, so the first game saw us head to newly promoted Erzurumspor, and as you can see, it was quite a comfortable game. Blackett delivers one across to Mehmet to open up the scoring 10 minutes in. They then gave us a penalty. Carranza then slotted that one away. Much better at penalties than the Madman. Madman, of course, we know tends to miss them and ruin it. We did then give them this one opportunity where they hoofed it over the top of our defence. Probably should have done a little better, but they slotted that one and only opportunity away. As you can see, they had that one shot and that one on target, which was one goal. Luckily, they didn't have any more compared to our 22 shots in total and 12 on target. That meant we had a 2.52 XG to their 0.23, 14 corners to their 1, 4 fouls to their 13, 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards, 93% passing to 78, 65% possession to 35. Rather simple game, as you can see from the statistics. It's just unfortunate we went and gave them that one goal just before, just before halftime. 45 plus 2, I believe, is just prior to the halftime. So that is an interesting first half. Second half, a little bit more dull. But as you can see, it's green pretty much all across the board. Zubzuk did drop to a 6.7, Lassen with a 6.7, Youssef got a 6.8 over on that left-hand side in attacking mid. But the rest of the starters all in green. So we had Blackett on the 7.5, Kuble on the 7, Godinho on the 7.1, Shirok and Emrehan in the central midfield with a 7.3 and 7.2 respectively. Mehmet got a 7.4, Gerkan with a 7.5 and Carranza with a 7.4. Musin did come on for Lassen. He got a 7.2 after the game. Mailman got a 6.9 coming on for Blackett, which is resting up our wing backs at that point. We then had Volkan, he came on and got a 6.7 again, which was resting Emrehan. And then Anal got a 6.6, I believe, in place of Carranza, if I remember correctly. So that was the first game. How do we get on in the second? Okay, so in the second game, we welcomed fellow title contenders Trabzonspor to our lovely home. And, well, Gerkan got us off to a beautiful start. Just under 9 minutes in, drilling it into the bottom right-hand side. Shirok then plays it over to Emrehan, who plays a lovely through ball to Anal, who could have done better with a finish, but the goalkeeper couldn't handle it and just pushes it into the left-hand side to get us a second one late into the second half. Well, I say late, in the 65th minute, so about the midpoint of that second half. And as you can see, we did a solid job. The only people I would say who let us down was Mehmet on a 6.5. Carranza probably could have done a little bit better with a 6.8, but I can't be too disappointed with that. The Mailman on the bench with a 6.6, and our subs just in general, I think. Mailman and Volkan both getting 6.6s was a little disappointing, but Sinan did okay, got a 6.8, Anal got a 7.5. So there was just them two on the bench and Mehmet who had bad performances. But the rest of the lineup, well, we had Zubzuk in goal with a 7.5. Our back line of Blackett, Kuble, Godinho and Lassen got a 7.1, 7.5, 7.2 and 7.5 respectively. Shirok and Emrehan with a 7 and 7.5. Eren with a 7.4 on the left hand side. Gerkan with a 7.1 on the right. And, well, the match statistics were pretty even. So we had 15 shots, they had 13. 9 on target to their 6. 1.61 XG to 1.43. 7 corners, 6. 13 fouls to 11. 2 yellow cards, 87% passing, which is a little low on us, for 81 to them. 57% possession to 43. But the real question is, how did we get on in the third game, where we met Arsenal, who we are, of course, going to be heading to first in the next episode? Well, this first game against Arsenal was actually rather promising. They was the better team, but as you can see, we managed to hold them to a single goal. Diego Jota got a beautiful goal in the end. We even hit the post in this one. I can't quite remember who it was, but we did manage to smash one against the post. I want to say it was Milinkovic. Managed to hit the right hand side of the frame, but unfortunately couldn't get a goal from it. But I think this is a fair reflection of the game. We only had 4 shots, they had 18, 1 on target, they only had 3. XG, well, we only had a 0.37 to their 2.17. 3 corners to 13, 11 fouls to 9, 1 yellow card to 2, 91% passing, so we did increase that back, but they have a solid 90 of their own, 52% possession to 48. As you can see, there was a few players who had rather poor performances, but considering we're versing Arsenal, we can't be too mad at them. So those players, of course, Akaranza up front with that 6.4, Gerkan with his 6.4 on the right. On the left, Erin with a 6.5, and Mehmet with his 6.6 isn't really helping either. So that front 4 was really our downside. The back wasn't too bad, but unfortunately we couldn't get anything going up front. As you can see, Milinkovic 7.1, like I said, I'm pretty sure he hit the post. Anal again disappointing with a 6.6. And well, they've got a solid 6.7 in goal. I apologise for that. I've got my window open, so it's a little bit louder than it normally is. Blackett got a 6.7 in the back line. The rest of the back line, of course, Kuble getting a 6.8, Godinho getting a 6.8, and Lesson getting, yes, a 6.8. So the odd one out, Blackett. He could have got a 0.1 more just to make it all 6.8s across the board, but no, he has to go and be different. Then in central midfield, Schrock got 7.1 and Emrihan with a 6.8. Now, let's have a little nosy at them. Let's see how this contrasted. Okay, so they went for a 5 at the back. Interesting. This, apart from being a very scary looking lineup, this is kind of promising that they feel that they should sit back quite a bit against us and that we are quite a threat. So that's nice to see. They're respecting the threat of us. Aubameyang only getting a 6.6, but the fact they can just bring Aubameyang off the bench is just disgusting as far as I'm concerned. And look at some of these players I haven't even used, like Pepe, Rangwald, like, it's crazy. They've got Leno just chilling on the bench. But that was our 3 roundup games. Let's hop back over, have a little look at that transfer I forgot to mention, and I'll show you that just now. Right, so I think everything's calmed down around me. I think the sirens have chilled out. I think the tap dancing on the landing has also calmed down. So I think we can finally record this segment. And just to compound the issues, we're trying to record this. This specific message was buried way down in my messages so far that I couldn't actually go back to it. So I've had to go back to an old save just to find this, and then I'm going to have to reload the current save for the episode. But Jorge Luis Miranda is our new signing. Is an 18-year-old centre-back. He comes in on £6,000 per week, and as you can see, he's going to be a squad player, but he does have a minimum fee release clause. I did manage to push it all the way up to 80 million though, so if we get 80 million for him, we can't be too disappointed. And that is him. Where does he come from though? Well, the man, the myth, the legend, the 18-year-old American with 7 under 20 caps comes from Atlanta United. As you can see, he's got solid heading, solid marking and solid tactical tackling on his technical ability. In terms of mentals, he's got good aggression, bravery, concentration, decision making, leadership and positioning. He is lacking a little bit of teamwork, which is a bit of a problem when you're part of a centre-back partnership, and if you look at his personality, he's a bit temperamental, so we're going to have to deal with that, but I think we can manage that. He is a left footer, which is nice to see. Left only, a little bit of a problem, but it's nice to get a few lefties in the team, being a lefty myself. And the physicals, well, he's got good acceleration, good balance, he can jump. Look at that jumping reach of 18, that's amazing. Pace is 7 to 12, which is okay, but it could do a bit of improvement. Natural fitness, again, very low with 5 to 11, but hopefully it's a bit nearer to the 11 than the 5. His stamina is 11 to 16 and strength of 12. So he looks like he's going to be a pretty good player going forward. I can't remember what he was exactly rated for us in terms of the scout. Can we have a little nosy at that perhaps? I don't think that's a thing. I don't think we can do that. He is currently valued at 100 grand. He's going to probably be valued a little bit more for us, but Career stats. Well, he played for Atlanta's second team, where he played one game back in 2021. In 2022, he had a cracking season for their second team. He got 20 appearances, 2 goals for a centre-back, 1 assist, 1 player of the match, and 6.9. He then got moved up to the MLS last season, got 2 appearances and a 6.7. And this season, he's got 7 appearances and a 6.61. Hasn't been outstanding, but he's a young player, he's developing, he's playing in the top division of American football, and he's in the under 20s, was it? So he's a good youth player. He's got the opportunity to grow, and hopefully when he comes to us, he will blossom and be a world-class centre-back. But it's time for today's game, so I'm going to load that up. I'll see you all for the tactical meeting in just a second. Okay, so we've made it to the tactical meeting screen, and before I go through the main bits, I'd just like to point out he's suggested going from cautious to balanced. I actually went into our tactics screen and tweaked a few different things, including our mentality, as you'll see in a second when we move forward. So that's a little bit of an issue with the game. We've already got a positive approach as we move into the tactics screen, so we don't need to tweak anything regarding that. Opposition instructions though we will of course do. The pitch is in perfect condition. They've managed to sell 13,275 tickets for their 30,000 seater stadium. Little disappointing, Göztepe. I know you're 18th in the league and struggling, but you should probably be selling a few more tickets than that. As you can see, they appear to be going for a 4-4-2. Very old school of Göztepe, and well, this is our team for today's game. We've got our normal goalkeeper and back line of Zubzuk, Blackett, Kuble, Gordinho and Lassen. Central midfield is tweaked a little bit though. Sharok is suspended. He got too many yellow cards. That means Mehmet drops to join alongside Emrehan. In place of Mehmet's position, of course, we then have Sinan in central attacking mid. On the left hand side is Eren Gekan on the right and Carranza up front. On the bench we have Atabek Umit, which is a little bit of a change from Musin Yildirim. He's got an injury, or is at least still recovering from an injury. As you can see here, Musin Yildirim had a calf strain. He still has 4 to 8 days left on that calf strain, and it was quite a lengthy one. So he is currently out. We've got the youngster Umit, as you can see, 2-star, 4, potentially 5-star. Mainly a left back, but can play on the right back. He's our backup right back. Third choice, admittedly. He's come out of the youth side. He was playing very well there, so he's now come onto the bench to cover for Yildirim while he rests up. Joining him on the bench is Obilor, Ahmet, Mailman, Volkan, Milinkovic, Anil, Youssef, who's been doing a lovely job coming in the B team on that left-hand side, and Mad, our disappointment up front. So, without further ado, let's head on out of here. Let's head to the team sheet and crack on with today's episode. So, Sinanka lacks any sharpness. Okay. As you can see, tactically, it's gone down pretty okay. Carranza is still complaining about his passing, and Gerkan is unsure about tactical instructions. Okay, Gerkan, chill out. Right. Let's get a victory here today, ladies and gents. Let's do it. So, they don't have anyone who particularly screams out at me. I feel like I've heard of this guy from previous seasons, but nobody in their team cries out massive goal scorer, so I'm not too worried. We've been on a good run lately, so go out there and impress me. I expect nothing but a win. Go out there and give these fans their money back. No, we're away from home. I want you to ignore the recent praise. No, the media is giving you a lot of credit. Go out there and put on a worthy display. I expect nothing but a win from this match to keep our run going. I think I might have been wrong about the tap dancing elephants on the landing. Anyways, G. Gonzalez, I think that's Guillermo. Am I right? Guillermo, yes, Guillermo Gonzalez. I'm starting to memorize these people's names from the Goal publication. Despite pre-season hopes of a top-half finish in the league, Göztepe currently find themselves in 18th place in the Super League table. Surely your best poor side should be looking to pour more misery. Yes, I like to think now we've got a good chance. We're confident. Right, Fenerbahce are also in action against Kayserispor, and they will be looking to dump. Yes, I'd be surprised if they didn't. Fenerbahce should beat pretty much any team in this league besides us. We are unbeatable. No, we already know we're not unbeatable. We lost to Arsenal, but As you can see, our recent form, draw, win, 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 loss. We want to bounce back in today's game. Galatasaray, weirdly, have a nice little gap on both of us. In fact, we've got a 4-goal difference on Fenerbahce, 5-goal difference on us. And even if both of us win here today, we're still going to be a point behind Galatasaray anyway. So, yeah, us and Fenerbahce have a little bit of catching up to do. Galatasaray's got off to a cracking start. I am, of course, going to be playing Galatasaray between episodes, so who knows? Maybe by the time we come back, we have managed to overtake Galatasaray, but we need Fenerbahce to slip up as well if we want to go top. I feel like if we beat Galatasaray, Fenerbahce is just going to go top, we're going to go second, Galatasaray is going to drop to third, and Trabzonspor is going to hold on to that fourth, as they tend to usually do. But Emre, that's another thing for another day. We've got this game in front of us. Eren in the box. Lovely shot by Eren. Cross the face, a goal into the bottom right hand side. And Megi Yeri had no chance of saving that one. Lovely effort from Eren Gullier. Third goal of the season. Lassen in the centre midfield just plays it to Carranza. Carranza, nice ball over to Eren. Eren just goes, you know what, I'm going to take it myself, and smashes it in the bottom right hand side. That's nice to see, Eren. Nice bit of initiative. Sinan plays it up to Gerkan. Gerkan plays it back to Mehmet. Mehmet has plenty of space in the centre. Lassen weirdly is over on the left hand side. He is coming back over to the right hand side now though. Gordinho plays it up to Emre. Back to Gordinho. Lassen's finally made it over here. He'll get the ball off Gordinho and then play it straight back to him. Emre gets it back to Gordinho once more. Kubilay up to Mehmet. Carranza. Mehmet. He has Sinan in front of him. It's a little weird. Gerkan. Can he pull it back for Lassen or maybe go and... Okay, he's just going to go and get tripped up. That works for me. Duhan has gone and given away a penalty, but we of course do have to wait for VAR to give this one because apparently it wasn't clear enough that he went and tripped him up. We just need to go watch this again. Come on, ref. We've got places to be, you know. We've got like a London trip in about a week, so hurry. Thank you. Carranza steps up. Will he do what he did last time, or will he do a mad? Of course, he slots it away. Beautiful penalty from Carranza. 6th goal of the season. Instead of left, he went for the right this time. I believe last time he did slot it away in the left-hand side, but this time he goes for the right, and it's just drilled into the bottom corner. There was no real chance of keeping that one out. He's a very good penalty taker. I've noticed that. Last 2 penalties placed right in the bottom corner. Like, there wasn't even... Yeah. Would be difficult to get over to those. Kubilay to Gordinho. We're trying to build from the back yet again. Mehmet over near the centre circle. Lovely ball over to this left-hand side. Aaron will put it in for Carranza. Carranza ball over to Gerkan. It's headed back by Duhan, though. Duhan making up for his mistake earlier, where he did, of course, give away the penalty. Does stop that bit of play. Now, ball over to Ndiang. Ndiang? DA? Anyway, Sheriff has gone and got his 3rd goal of the season, and they are back in this game, lads. Stop it. Godinho, you need to pick it up. You're on a yellow card and 6.7. You was on 6.6. I did notice that. Carranza! Keep your head down, my friend. That could have been a 2nd for you, and a 3rd taking us comfortably into half-time. But it's not. Instead, we go in 2-1, and that's not too bad. 9 shots to their 4, 5 on target to their 1, 1.31 to 0.69. We have been the better side. 1 corner to their 7, our 7 fouls to their 14. 1 yellow card to 1 yellow card. A little bit disappointing on the passing. We only had 88. I like to have 90, as you already know, compared to their 80. 59% possession to their 43. So we got off to a cracking start, 2 goals in 23 minutes, and then they got 1 back on the 38th minute. So I'm happy with your performance. Keep it up, except for a couple of you who are letting me down, and thus you are going to depart. So Godinho, you're going to go off because you've been rather disappointing. We've got Sinan, who's having a bad time of it. So Sinan's going to go off. Now, how do we deal with the Sinan situation? I think the best bet is to do this. I think we drop Volkan to ball winning midfielder. Now, 2 and 3.5, or 2.5, 2.5. That equals 5. And that equals 5.5. So although our ball-winning midfield is slightly worse, I think that's the way to go. Just on star ratings. They both can play similarly decent in both positions. We've seen... Ooh, that was a ping-pong of a goal. I thought we was going to get it away, but we didn't. And now, I need to yell at the lads. Because we've just let Hossein Kanani get his first goal of the season. And their second, tying it up. So, Lassen will throw it in for Mehmet. Mehmet, can he build something from this right-hand side? Emrehan tries to, plays it across to Blackett. Blackett's now on the left-hand side, takes a space, whips it for Mehmet. Beautiful bullet header from Mehmet, coming in from the right-hand side, delivers it into the bottom left-hand corner, and he's got his third goal of the season. That is beautiful to see, and I think we're going to drop to balanced. I think it's time we drop back a little bit now, take a little bit of pressure off us. Could have been a little more pace on it. If I'm going to be very critical, could have had a little bit more pace, but it was a beautiful header and a beautiful goal. And thus, we have taken the lead once more. So, we have Lassen is a little bit... There's a few players who are a little bit tired. In fact, Kubele is on 6.6, but he's not as tired as some players, so I don't particularly want to be messing with him. Emrehan, Gillier. You know what? We're going to bring Youssef on for Aaron, who is a goal scorer, but we want to give him a bit of a rest. We can't have him getting too tired. Lassen I would like to take off, but I don't want to put the youngster in a 3-2 situation. It seems a little bit risky to be doing that. Gerkan we can take off though. So we'll take off Gerkan for Milinkovic. That's our 4 substitutes. And of course we'll hold on to the last one just in case we get any suspensions or sending us off. We'll then have the opportunity to shift a playback, you know, take off Carranza, for example, and bring on a defender. But we have 9 minutes remaining. Can we hold on for these last 10? It's suggesting Emrehan for Ahmet, but I think it's a little late now. We're just going to let it finish up. And we've got a victory. Hard fought victory in the end. Should have been a little easier. We was away from home though. We played Göztepe. Like they said, Göztepe should have been doing a bit better in the league. But the fact that they're down in 18th, we should have probably piled on the misery a little bit more. But a victory in the end is a victory. So, 13 shots to their 8, 6 on target to their 4, 1.5 XG to 1.19, 2 corners to 3, 15 fouls to 17, 2 yellow cards to 1 yellow card, 89% passing to 80, 58% possession to 42. As you can see, Zubzuk had a pretty poor game, 6.5. Our defence did, to be fair. Blackett was okay on a 7.7 and Lassen I can let off with a 6.7, but Kubele and Obilor both on 6.6s. Gedinho even had a 6.7. That's just not our usual defence. Volkan got 6.8 in central midfield, joined alongside by Emrehan on a 7. Mehmet did a beautiful job considering we played him in 2 positions. He got an 8.2 and a goal. We had Milinkovic coming on and getting a 6.7. Youssef came on and got 6.7. Pretty much the theme, because Gerkan also got 6.7. Aaron Gullier with his goal and a 7.4 though was an outstanding player on that left hand side. Kurt got a 6.6 and Carranza up front with a 7.5 and a goal. That means our best performer was Mehmet Özkan. He had that solid 8.2. Can't go wrong with that. Mehmet I am loving having in the team. Turkish, can play anywhere in this free. Very good player. In fact, I prefer him to Emrehan. I love Emrehan as our playmaker, but the fact that Mehmet can just play anywhere in this free, I can shift him around. It's going to be great when we get our Brazilian youngster in here. We're going to have Mehmet here and Emrehan as a triangle in the middle of our team with our star striker Carranza up front. Hopefully when he starts gelling, he's going to be able to bang in a bunch of goals, and then we just need to sort out our wings and maybe strengthen up a little bit more at the back. Our back line is solid though. Kubele, he's amazing. Obilor, not sure what's happening with Obilor. Of course, he's getting a bit old. He's our backup. Gedinho, again, he's probably the next to go, to be honest. I think we need to upgrade, get just a star centre-back to upgrade this, or maybe a star goalkeeper. I think goalkeeper, centre back, and then start maybe getting a new winger, and yeah, ball winning midfielder maybe. I don't know. This sort of area now at the back, although defensively we're solid, seems like the next step, because we've got good youngsters coming in on the wings, so we don't necessarily need to get wingers. Both of our starting wingers are good young Turkish players. We've got good young Turkish backups coming in, and yeah, we don't really need to touch the wings so much. We've spent all that money on a striker who is okay. He's banging in goals slowly but surely, and I think the more he plays, the better he's going to get. And that midfield triangle, like I said, well, we've got our new addition, that's going to be solid. And of course, we have the new addition at centre back as well. So maybe we don't need a new centre back. Maybe we do need to focus on a goalkeeper, or maybe a right back, maybe a left back. I think Blackett is probably the best we can hope for at the moment. Don't think we're going to improve too much on him, so we'll see. We'll see as we move forward. But right now we have a good win, lads. It wasn't the cleanest of wins, but it's a victory, like I've said, in the end, and we can't be too disappointed with that. Now, as you can see, Fenerbahce, hold up, they slipped up in their game. They drew their last game, didn't they? Are you gonna 2-0? No, wait, the big Konyaspor. I don't know. I'm really confused. I thought they played Konyaspor. Oh no, it was the other K one. Wasn't it? I don't know. Where is it? Galatasaray won 3-0 in their game. Fenerbahce, where are your fixtures? Where are your fixtures? Okay, the beat. Oh, they played Kayserispor on Monday. That's when they played that fixture. Gotcha. Gotcha. And that would still put them behind Galatasaray, because Galatasaray is 9-1. We are the only unbeaten team, though. Although we've drawn 2 games, which is a little disappointing, we're the only unbeaten team. So if we win our game in hand, we'll be 1 point behind Galatasaray, but unfortunately there is still a 7-goal difference. So if we win it 1-0, of course, that'll drop to 6, and any extra goals is going to help just a little bit. But that is it for today's episode. I'm of course going to play the Galatasaray game, and then we shall come back for our lovely trip over to London. I thank you all for joining us today. I hope you all have a lovely night, and goodbye.